Hello everybody. Probably going to be a little bit of wind noise. It's really windy today. So I got this here, and this is going to be our table. So real quick, I'm just taking a alcohol soaked cloth and just kind of wiping all the excess dust and grime off. Trying to make it as clean as possible. So I got that all wiped off, and now I'm going to use penetrating wood stain. It's going to be a gunstock color, which I think is pretty cool. I'm going to put multiple layers on this. And I got the oil on. I'm just gonna wipe the excess off here and try to make it even without swirls and stuff in it. Glad I chose this color. So just applying a second coat, and then I'll get a clean cloth and wipe the excess.
Don't mind the mess. Work in progress. But right there is where the table's going to go. In between those two windows, actually. So I got to do a little bit of trimming and what have you. But yeah, should be fun. Okay, so the first thing I got to do is, make a bunch of racket. Okay, check. Alright, I gotta figure out exactly where this chair is going. So, first thing I'm gonna do is kind of set that like that, and then I gotta measure from the back to the back to see how much room I want to do is put some silicone in here to prevent there we go. Water from coming up. There. Maybe a little too much silicone. Alright, I want to make sure this is right in the middle. Should be right there. No. Okay, hold on a second. Oops. Okay, let's go to 9. This is probably going to be a little shorter. Yeah, so I'm going to split the difference. Yeah, that should be the middle right there. Put this first screw in. Hopefully it goes in without any issues. I should probably really drill a pilot hole. Oh yeah, it's going in smooth.
There we go. Maybe I'll put one more in there. Okay, so as you can see, it's sticking over just a little bit, and these holes aren't exactly measured out right. But the reason I did that is just to give it that much more stability. It's really not going to affect it that much, so yeah, I'm happy with it. Okay, so kind of this is how the table's going to go. I'm going to end up trimming it around. Like I said, cutting this end off. I might see if I can use that for something. I don't know. Another thing I do need to do is, so a lot of people, they put a recessed pipe holder. I don't know what that thing's called. They put those in place because that way you don't trip on it or anything. Well, I didn't want to have to buy a gigantic hole saw, and I really don't have a whole lot of room to put one of those in the floor here because, you know, the bus floor is only about 1.5 inches thick or so. So I bought two of the same, as you've seen. Well, the problem with that is the table is a little bit high. It's fine for me because I am tall, but when Catherine and Kate get here, they're both a bit shorter than I am. So it's going to be way too tall for them. So what I'm going to do is trim about 2 inches off of this pipe. And that way it'll bring the table down where it'll work better for them, and it'll still work fine for me. The other problem is right here, I'd be going through the window when I go to mount this thing. So I need to definitely bring it down some. So bear with me just a minute. I'm not going to film that part. It's only going to take a quick minute. But I'll be back with you guys here. So, I managed to misplace my drill bit. Having a clue where I put it. I looked everywhere, and yeah. Because what I was going to do is drill some pilot holes and then put a bunch of screws in. Well, I happen to have these self-tappers, and I countersunk with that, and I put those in, and then I'm going to put a couple of screws in there, I think. I don't know. I actually think that's going to be plenty enough. There. That should more than hold the table, I think. Okay, so that's essentially where it's going to go, and there we go. That right there is perfectly level. So now I've got to put a little mark underneath so when I take this back down, I know where to put it. Okay, so that's how that goes. And then you get your leg. There. There it is. Make sure we're still level. Not too shabby. Pretty much right on. Okay, there's half the table. So I have to install the other bench, but this is a lot better. Everybody's kind of wanted to sit here like this. I could look out the window, feed the bears. But yeah, so getting pretty close. I got to install the other chair, which I think I'll put that a little bit closer. I put this one a little bit further back because I'm a little bit bigger fella. So I put the other one just a smidge closer, and then we got to figure out how we're going to trim this off here. Haven't quite figured that one out yet. So bear with me. So I got that marked, and now I got to cut out the insulation and the board stuff here, and then we can get this seated. So Got second bench installed. Now I need to figure out exactly how I'm doing this. I don't know. I want the corners rounded, so I'll probably just go straight across and then round the corners. So give me just a minute here to figure this out. All right, so I think this is how I'm going to do this. I want it right about there. That's right in line roughly with the ends of the chairs. So now I got to take and measure. And we'll make it an even 12.5. So that's 12.5. That's 12.5. I don't know if this marker is going to mark. Oh yeah, perfect. I love this little marker. Perfect corner. There's one. And two. Okay, there is a huge storm coming. You can probably see out the window there that the wind is really starting to pick up. We're actually under a tornado warning, or tornado watch rather, until what was it, 4 p.m. tonight. Alright, I'm gonna hurry up and stain this piece real quick. Had to do a little trim job. Looked like the majority of that storm that's about to hit us here, it looked like the majority of it was actually going kind of north, but then it all of a sudden changed directions. Or not so much changed directions, another storm popped up. Here's the thunder. Good thing I'm in the yellow submarine. Alright. So, to hold this down, what I'm going to do is, looks pretty good. I'm actually just going to use this Gorilla Glue stuff. So I'm going to put a little bit back here. Alright, then we're going to put a little bit right here. And I can hear that thunder just a rumbling.
Hey everybody, so we are going to finish the table. It's kind of hard to see, but if you look, like especially right in here, it's really bad. So I didn't have any kind of a border around here when I poured the epoxy on it, so it ran off parts of it. But where it didn't, it's absolutely beautiful. Plus I want to add a couple of things. I'm thinking one of my logos, and then as some of you know, Twilight was an awesome bird, and she was more like a dog than anything. Well, she was killed this summer by something. I don't know if it was a fox or what it was, but before I buried her, I saved 3 of her feathers. So I'm going to put my logo down, and 3 of her feathers are going to kind of be like the centerpiece of the table. So pretty excited about that. But in the meantime, I got on Amazon and I ordered some more epoxy, which this stuff's super cheap, and it's really good quality actually. So I got the epoxy right there, and then I ordered this cookie cutter. There we go. It's make your own cookie cutter stuff. So I'm going to take and put this all the way around the table, and then I will take and it comes with some tape for something. Must be to hold them together. But I'm going to put this all the way around the outside of the table, and so that way when I pour the epoxy down, it doesn't run off the edges. So bear with me. All right, this stuff's super duper easy. All right, so the secret here is to dip the feathers in, I guess. And kind of do that, but I don't know. That looks kind of funny. There we go. Go. All right, I'm just going to kind of take and slowly spread it out so it covers everything. I'll let this jar drip for a minute, so I'll be back with it with you guys when it's done. All right, there you go. You got to smooth it out just a little bit more. But yeah, you can kind of see the feathers. Feathers didn't turn out quite as good as I thought they would. But maybe once it dries completely, they'll look a lot better. But yeah, this has to be leveled off the rest of the way, and then
I'll let it sit for a couple of days. Take that off, sand any rough spots around the edges, but there it is. That's the table. Thanks for watching.